Yo, what is good? It is Wealth Wednesday here on Money on a Dime. Today, we are diving deep into the story of Howard Schultz, the man who went from growing up in public housing in Brooklyn to building a multi-billion-dollar coffee empire. By the end of this video, you are going to understand how his upbringing, mindset, vision, and risks shaped his path to becoming a billionaire. And if you are someone who dreams of wealth, who wants to understand how billionaires think, this story will give you insight and inspiration that is real, tangible, and applicable. We are going to cover everything from his childhood struggles, the influence of his family, his first jobs, the challenges he faced entering the business world, the pivotal moments in Starbucks, how he scaled the company, and the mindset lessons you can take and apply to your own life. Stick around, because this is going to be a deep dive into a journey that is both relatable and motivational. Howard Schultz was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1953. He grew up in the Canarsie public housing projects, a place where money was tight and opportunities felt limited. His father worked as a truck driver, a job that barely covered the bills and left the family constantly facing financial uncertainty. Imagine living in an apartment building where you can hear the struggles of your neighbors, where every penny counts and where dreams feel distant. Schultz saw all of this growing up. He watched his father struggle with injuries on the job, no sick days, no benefits, and the family barely able to cover rent. This environment shaped him, instilled in him the understanding that circumstances do not define your future, but your vision, discipline, and hustle do. He understood early that wealth and stability do not come from luck, but from opportunity spotting, relentless work, and strategic thinking. As a kid, Schultz was curious and driven. He was the type who would observe people and environments, always thinking about how things worked, why some people succeeded, and why others struggled. That kind of observational skill is a hallmark of many great entrepreneurs. Schultz worked hard academically and got a scholarship to Northern Michigan University, something that was a big deal for someone from his background. He studied communications and sports, balancing the demands of school with part-time work, learning the value of time, effort, and money. After graduation, Schultz entered the corporate world, landing a job at Hammarplast, a Swedish housewares company. He later moved to Starbucks in 1982, when it was a small coffee retailer with only 4 stores in Seattle. At Starbucks, Schultz was initially a marketing director, traveling and learning about coffee culture in Italy. He observed how espresso bars created a social experience, how people would spend time in cafes, not just drinking coffee, but connecting, relaxing, and paying a premium for the experience. This exposure sparked the vision that would define his career. He realized that coffee could be more than a product. It could be a lifestyle, a culture, and a brand that people are willing to invest in emotionally and financially. This insight would eventually fuel his ambition to transform Starbucks into a global empire. In 1987, Schultz took a calculated risk. He purchased Starbucks for $3 million. Think about that for a second. $3 million to buy a small company that most people probably overlooked. That was the moment where vision, courage, and timing aligned. He then embarked on a massive scaling effort, opening stores, expanding in the United States, and eventually internationally. By the mid-2000s, Starbucks had over 15,000 stores worldwide, and Schultz himself became a billionaire with a net worth of around $4 billion. This story is inspirational because it shows that you don't need to be born wealthy to create wealth. You need to see potential where others see risk. You need to invest in your vision, even when it feels uncertain. Every decision Schultz made, from buying the company to investing in store design, employee benefits, and brand development, was strategically aligned to long-term growth. And that is a mindset anyone can apply to their personal or business finances. Let's break down the mindset lessons you can take from Schultz. 1. Observation and opportunity. He grew up in a challenging environment, but he learned to see opportunity in small, overlooked spaces. 2. Calculated risk. Buying Starbucks was a bold move, but it was informed by research and vision. 3. Invest in people. Schultz treated employees well, offering benefits and fostering loyalty, proving that wealth isn't just dollars, it's relationships. 4. Visionary thinking. He looked beyond immediate profit to long-term brand and culture creation. 5. Persistence. He faced rejection, skepticism, and obstacles, but kept moving toward his goal. For anyone watching, think about your own life. Where can you spot opportunities others ignore? Where can you invest in yourself and your vision? How can you treat your resources like assets that work for you? Schultz scaled Starbucks by focusing on repeatable systems, customer experience, and brand loyalty. For example, employee training programs that created consistency across thousands of stores' premium product pricing, justified by experienced global expansion, choosing locations strategically based on culture and demographics. Every step was intentional and calculated. This teaches us that wealth is not just about earning money, but building systems that allow your income to multiply and compound. If you're aspiring to be a billionaire or build generational wealth, it's not just about working hard. It's about building structures, systems, and experiences that scale beyond your personal effort. Let's bring it close to the home. Schultz's story resonates with anyone from urban communities because he didn't let his background define him. He took calculated risks while observing the environment around him. He leveraged small advantages like understanding culture, trends, and human behavior. He built wealth while empowering others, proving that success can be shared. If you're from the projects, the inner city, or just struggling to get ahead, Schultz's story shows that strategy, vision, and persistence can overcome circumstance. So here's the takeaway for you today. Your beginnings do not define your endings. Spot opportunities where others see limits. Invest in people, culture, and systems. As you would invest in dollars, take calculated risks with vision and patience. Let your resources work for you, not against you. If Howard Schultz's story inspired you, subscribe to Money on a Dime, hit the notification bell, like this video, comment below, and share one step you're going to take this week to start building your wealth. Remember, wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. Use vision, strategy, and persistence just like Schultz did, and you can create opportunities that compound and scale beyond your wildest dreams.